So you know the show Doctor Who? It is quite the fun show that I like to watch occasionally.
I love yogurt. Yogurt's my favourite. Give me yogurt.
And it gave me a prediction that the next Doctor will be none other than Amelia Watson. Now, before you say anything, fellow Doctor Who fan, hear me out. She time travels, so there's one. And two, she's a detective that interrogated mythical creature people, but is also super best friends with them. Yeah, I don't know either. 3. She has multiple alternate Amelias from time traveling. And 4. Her name is the same as Sherlock Holmes' partner, Watson. Shit, bro! Now, if that ain't the most Doctor Who thing ever, then I don't know what is. But lo-fi, Ame is a human. Doctors can't be human. Well, who said she was, huh? I have proof that she isn't human. Look!
Why? I don't understand!
See? Bam! I predicted the next Doctor Who. I am a genius. BBC, hire me, please! Hello, everyone. My name is Lo-Fi Wi-Fi, and welcome back to VTuber Lore, Episode 2. In this VTuber we are going to be talking about today is none other than Amelia Watson, from Hololive EN Holomyth. We know and love the person who is in the role of the Avatar, with their personality that gives us laughter, wholesomeness, and entertainment which brings the activation of serotonin to our brains. But what a lot of people don't seem to really eye on is the lore of the Avatar itself. With the Avatar having such an interesting design, looks, features, and a lot more, it is already a character in of itself, without the person playing the role. And so, with this series, I go into the internet and research from various sources to find as much lore as I could find, and put it all in this episode. Now, enough of the intro finally, because we have a lot to uncover here with the lore of Amelia Watson. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy. Amelia H. Watson was born and raised in
How's everybody doing tonight?
a country. Her birthday is January 6th, 1920. She is a Capricorn and her height is 4'11". Her personality is rather very eccentric, if you'd be surprised. She gets a kick out of mingling and teasing her fellow Holomyth members, but she's also very kind and supportive to her friends as well. Now, with that, she also has, let's just say, other modes that aren't the multiple Ames, which we will get to later in this video. She has her well-known gremlin mode when she games. And she has a horny mode, wanting to bang all the moms that she sees.
Ground Pound. This is like Ground Pound City. Yes. It's kind of weird. It's like the same place I took your mom to last night.
Now, you may be asking yourself, Lo-Fi, that's great and all, but why give us that information in the first place? Well, because of course, I want to blow your mind by telling you that this woman works as a detective that also time travels. As a child growing up in the 1920s, she seemed to have a pretty decent life, living with a mom and a dad, and they had 3 kids, Ame and 2 boys. Not a whole lot is mentioned about her family life, so it's safe to assume that for the most part, her family life in childhood was all fine. Besides the weird stories about her childhood, of course. You see, besides living in the 1920s and living for the most part normal, Amelia was not by any means normal herself. Shocker, I know. Amelia describes herself as a clumsy weirdo, since she has had 17 injuries that we know of so far. How about we read some, shall we? First one being that she bit her tongue almost off and it was hanging by a thread when she slipped while she was eating ice cream. Ugh. Second one being that she had several teeth knocked out when her brother kicked her face with a soccer ball. Lovely. Another injury where she had a tire run over her ankle and somehow it did not break. Now, in many occasions, she had been bitten by all kinds of dogs in her life, but in one instance, she had to go to the hospital to get a rabies shot, but ended up not getting it since she bit the nurse. She got an injury on her hand from trying to pet a cactus. Okay. She broke her arm at 4 years old and didn't tell nobody. Holy shit. And the last one to mention is a lot of people know as...
Yeah, I have this other scar. It's on the top of my head. Like, my brother and I, we were jumping on a bed when we were like, I was like 3 or 4. And we were, you know, like, you guys jump up and down on a bed like a trampoline. And when we were jumping up and down, he pushed me off the bed. And there was a drawer that was open. And I hit my head on the corner of the drawer. And I got brain damage.
How the fuck is this woman still alive? But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. It gets a hell of a lot better. Besides the amount of injuries she gained in her childhood, she also had a bunch of weird things that happened to her as well, and stuff that she's done. Number 1, she enjoyed eating sand. Which is odd because whenever I try to eat it, I never like it because it's always coarse and rough and irritating and it just gets everywhere. Number 2, she literally drank one of her friend's tears. Well, that's something. Number 3, she was almost kidnapped by private investigators who were looking for someone that had the same name as hers. Number 4, her mother was once kidnapped and held hostage for $300. Only $300? That's it? Number 5, around age 7 or 8, she tried to run away from home, but then she ate a moth, and so she went back home. And lastly, probably the most extreme one, number 6. Her brother microwaved a toy leg to get it to bend, which resulted in the house burning down, and Amelia almost dying since she was hiding in a closet. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that things were mostly normal in her childhood, but hey, you can at least say that it was quite a unique one. Now, there are many other stories in her childhood, but the ones I mentioned are her main highlights. But with that chaotic childhood, she had learned things about aquatic life and got the education to being a detective. She previously tried medical school at some point, but didn't seem to go anywhere really. Not much is really said about her times as a detective before her incident. The incident that would change her life forever. One stormy night, as she was visiting a graveyard to investigate on a case she was working on at the time, she was expecting to find something, but obviously not what she encountered. What she encountered was a Lovecraftian creature which would then transport her through time. It also activated a type of time crystal in her pocket watch, which gave her the ability to time travel by her own will. With the encounter she had and her new ability, she was on the hunt for mythical creatures. However, it would take her quite a while to find what she was looking for. With every time she traveled through, she would suffer the extreme effects of time travel. Risks such as extreme headaches, bleeding from the eyes, time loops and rifts that damage the brain. But lastly, it can affect other timelines, which Amelia has done. She has met and created other versions of her, but we'll get to that in a bit. After searching and moving into the modern day world, she discovered hearing about the strange rumors that surrounded Hololive. Talking foxes, magical squirrels, and superhuman dogs, along with a whole lot more. She then, soon after, began her investigation there, ending up as an idol. But she wasn't there to be an idol. No, this was only a cover-up, so she can take these mythical creatures to justice. A Grim Reaper, a Life Chicken, an Atlantean Shark, and a Squid were all captured and arrested. On September 12th, 2020, the time-traveling detective was ready to interrogate these creatures to the world. But then she realized that she was very socially awkward and forgot what even socializing was for a minute. Instead of exposing interrogation she had planned, it turned into an adorable, awkward, fun, and funny collab that lasted an hour and 17 minutes. Amelia was then realizing that she did not see these people as enemies. She saw them as her new best friends, fitting in quite well with Hololive, which it was already no competition in the first place. See, with Amelia's time-traveling ability, with the amounts of travel she made, it affected other timelines, which gained the interaction with other Amelias, which also making new ones. We call these alter ames. These alter ames come in their own shapes and sizes, but what they all have in common is that they claim to be the original Ame, and they have tummy problems. So many has been made that a city was created entirely of them called Watropolis. The only way to enter is with the watch that all Ames have in their possession. Now, this whole travesty alone would already be a perfect fit with her in Hololive, but that's not all. With these Ames, Amelia Watson was already a part of Hololive before she even knew it. One instance that I mentioned in my Gura Lore episode is when Amelia time traveled and met Gura before Gura was in Hololive, and said that they were going to be homies one day in the future. A couple more instances is Amelia being responsible for bringing Kiro Coco to Hololive, which was also the start to the idea of Hololive EN. And also, she went back in time and made a cameo to Sakura Miko's video in 2019. Now, the question I have now is there any limits to these Ames? And will there ever be any limits? That we will never know, and will probably never be explained. I mentioned before that these Ames come in many shapes and sizes. There's also male Ames, but they are very rare. The most common Ame that we frequently see, and she appears, is Smol Ame. Smol Ame appeared in an April Fool's stream on April 1st, 2021. As a prank from our Ame, she was saying that she had a new look, but surprise surprise, we were duped. But also, not really at the same time. See, she did have a new look, but this new look was even more intriguing. What was the story of this small, cute, and mean little bee? Well, from what I know, Smol Ame is from a different timeline, obviously. The alternate timeline called the Smol Ame timeline. Creative, I know. Smol Ame lives in a trailer and watches TikToks and has no gluten intolerance. They also seem to be very greedy, rude, and also warriors, since in the small timeline lobby in the first anniversary collab, we see a memorial dedicated to the Ame Wars. God damn, time traveling hurts my head. But that is all we know of Smol Ame, since she can't be in our timeline that long due to radiation, and also normal Ame tries to charge her rent. Bitch! And well, that is all we know of Smol Ame, and also the lore of Amelia Watson herself. We see Amelia Watson today enjoying the life of the modern age. She started out as a detective wanting to hunt down these mysterious creatures, to ending up befriending them and becoming one herself, a gremlin. She enjoys the life of an idol herself, being a master gamer while enjoying other things such as roller coasters, dogs,
You scared me, Baba!
iced tea, and clear noodles, along with other things that the modern age has to offer. So, I believe our Amelia Watson isn't leaving us anytime soon. She'll most likely continue with her shenanigans that we are certainly excited to see, with her thousands of Ames and insanity on what she'll do next, to many timelines for years to come. Or is it years back to come? Who knows? And that is the lore of Amelia Watson. What the fuck is happening? Aha, you fool. It is I, Amelia Watson, 69. And I am here to take over this timeline and take my place once and for all to be the real Ame, which I am. Because as you can see from my outfit that I spent a lot of money on, and as you can tell that I look very, very stylish. I mean, just look, look at this outfit, alright? You can tell I am the actual Amelia Watson, alright? You can see by the watch here, and by the tie, and by the jacket here, I'm obviously Amelia Watson. Look at this. It's supreme. You are not an Ame, so quit acting like it. But I am, like, but look at this. I mean, this is the outfit of Amelia Watson. I got the pocket watch too. I mean, I time traveled here. I'm the real Amelia Watson. I don't give a shit. Fuck off. Man, you're such a party pooper, lo-fi. Like, goddamn, it's like I'm trying to have fun here. I spent $30 on this on Amazon. Look at it. Small as hell on me. Why did I even try it? It's like, goddamn, did all this for nothing. Ugh. Sorry about that. I promise. Flesh Lo-Fi is a sweetheart. He's just a little dumb. Like me. Now, as I was saying, that is the lore of Amelia Watson. I hope you enjoyed. A special thank you to the artists who made these special drawings. Links are in the description below. The lore I found from Amelia Watson is from VTuber Wiki on fandom, and from Amelia Watson streams, as well as along with clips. Links to those will be down in the description as well. This video was a whole lot of fun to make. Just getting everything prepared and just editing everything, it was like, oh, it was perfect. So glad I got it done finally. I can show all of you the video. So proud of it. Now, the next episode I will most likely be doing is either Ina or Callie. Probably Callie because I really love Callie. So, if you enjoyed what you saw, you know what to do. And if you want to continue to see more of my content, you also know what to do there as well. But anyways, my name is Lo-Fi Wi-Fi, and I will see you later. Keep vibing, everyone.